Hi everyone, today is Tuesday, not Monday, and this is my Monday's Moment video brought to you because yesterday I was finishing off a spa resort break which I went on with my wife Angela for her birthday, which was on Sunday, and that really gave me some things to talk about in today's Monday's Moment, which is being broadcast live as it is 1 o'clock on Tuesday. So forgive the reference to Monday, but the content in it is still important for each of us to take away, and how some of the lessons I learned about the fact that we can attract and we can gain new clients, new customers, but then how we deal with them. And we'll be talking about this in my group sessions later this week. How we deal with them then revolves around the process of retaining and having returning customers. And I just want to go through that experience today. See you in a moment. So this weekend I decided to make the use of the benefits of the Vitality health insurance that I have to book a spa resort at a quite a high well-known brand of spas across the UK, and it was very much a good lead generation, lead attraction process. You know, the place looked amazing, the photos, the whole story behind it, all of the things that attracted me to make the booking were really great. The booking process was okay. I did pay to arrive early so we can make more use of the facilities. We did pay for lunch as well, which was included in that. And that's where I suppose when we got there, some of the disappointment and some of the experiences started to dwindle. Because what I realised was that the person that I was making the booking with, and we talked about this in one of the other Monday's Moment videos, perhaps wasn't listening to why I was looking to do the things that I was doing. You know, they weren't looking and listening at what we wanted to get from the experience. So because it was my wife's birthday on Sunday and we couldn't get in on Saturday, I wanted us to make the full use of Sunday because I've got to be back at work on Monday afternoon, yesterday afternoon, in client appointments. So it was really important we made the most of it. But the person who took the booking didn't really explain the process of how this, I suppose, perceived glitzy place would be. Now, the hotels in the centre there are actually on the Las Vegas Strip. That's not where we went, but I just wanted to put it there as an aide-memoire to me that, you know, the whole inside the building process started to go downhill because we got there just in time, 10 o'clock, but then we were told our room wouldn't be ready till later, which, you know, okay, we knew. But there was very little guidance, very little help on us getting the most from our experience. There were no soft drinks, no tea and coffee available. Everything was extra, which again, I don't mind it being extra, but it wasn't explained. So our expectations were completely different to actually what we received. And what I said that I wanted to experience when I made the booking wasn't what we received. And that's really, really important. You know, because when you look at the reviews, which I did afterwards, and I should have looked at the reviews before, you will see that that is a common thread across this particular resort in particular. So in the group sessions that I'm going to be doing with my businesses and with my coaches later this week, we're very much focusing on the lead generation, the lead attraction. So we've got to attract and then we've got to gain those clients by converting them. But we've also got to retain. And the reason we've got to retain is that those customers, like I am doing now, will tell other people that are a lead in motion what the process was. So me leaving a bad review, you know, and I've sent a very long email to the hotel, to the resort, about the experience that we've had. I've complimented on the things like the food. I've complained about the dreadfully cold temperature in the corridors and in the room, the somewhat okayish service at the dinner table, and there's a few things that I've mentioned. But as a customer, if you don't retain me, if you don't encourage me to return, then I'm going to spread the word to people who are your leads that are going to be attracted and converted. So we've got to remember that this is very much a loop. And the thing was, and the most important thing, I'll just go back to the right scene, most important thing was that, a bit like when you go for dinner, the pudding or the dessert is the thing that you remember. That final few minutes of a special occasion, a meal, a trip, they are the ones that you remember, unless there's something huge that was so overwhelming. So the whole of our trip was okay, but the checkout was what let it down. And the checkout for me is what really let the retention bit down. And that's why I'm having a rant about it in this video. That's why I've ranted to them about it. Because one, there were some hidden charges in there that it said you have to opt out of paying, which was a gratuity, which I didn't feel I should, because the service we had wasn't that good. But when I went to check out, I stood there for ages waiting to check out. There was nobody at reception desk, because it said you've got to go to reception desk, don't use the checkout, use the main reception to tell people you want to opt out of these gratuities. I stood at the reception desk for quite some time. It felt like an eternity, it always does. My wife was sat over at the side. I'd gone and put stuff in the car and then come back, and there was still nobody at the reception desk to check out. And eventually I managed to grab a general member of staff, and I said, look, I want to check out. And she said, oh, are you leaving now? I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, I just need your door keys and your robes. So I gave her the door keys, I gave her the robes. She took them. She said, thank you. Never wished me a safe journey. Never asked how my trip was. Hardly a smile, and walked off with nothing else through a door into the back office, not to be seen again. I stood there like, okay, what do I do now? And that's the impression that I was left. I was left at reception feeling very unloved. And Angela said, well, what are you going to do? I said, do you know what? I'm just going to get in the car and go, because that's the kind of attitude that I feel they have got to us. Yeah, and some of the excess charges, some of the pay-as-you-go charges, were quite steep. And it certainly wasn't, even though we got a good discount on the hotel itself, the rest of it wasn't. But I really didn't feel, one, that I wanted to return, and two, that I was feeling like a valued customer. So if you want to grow your business, if you want to increase your leads, particularly in this last few months of the year, and this is what I'm going to be talking about with people later this week. Yes, we've got to look at the attraction. Yes, we've got to look at the conversion. But we've also got to look at the retention, because those people that we retain, those people that we encourage to return, whatever kind of business we have, they are our best opportunity of getting more leads into the attraction and the conversion. Their testimonials are going to be more likely to convert people. You can guess what my TripAdvisor review is going to be like of this place. It's not going to be that good, particularly if I don't get a good response to the email that I've sent. So we need to make sure that our retention strategies, our customer service strategies are equally as important as part of our lead generation and our conversion strategies. So I'm going to be encouraging everybody this week to think about that in the sessions that I hold with them. And you need to think about that as well. How are you leaving your customers feeling at the end of a purchase? How are you looking after them if it's an ongoing relationship that you've got? What are you doing in this week, the next week ahead, to look at your retention? Because how you retain, how you get feedback, how you use those reviews, how you look after those people will definitely affect your lead generation and attraction strategies, as well as your conversion strategies. All of them fit together. They're all part of that ecosystem. So if you would like to know more about some of the Facebook groups I've got that are free to join, look in the show notes below for some links. I've got a Facebook group dedicated to business coaches and consultants and advisors and trainers, and I've got a group that's for businesses, tech businesses and ambitious businesses who really want to scale and thrive in the rest of 2023 and into 2024. I've also got a podcast. If you've got any similar stories to share about experiences on customer attraction, conversion, and most importantly retention, and the importance of reviews, etc., then I'd love to have you as a guest on my podcast. Just message me. And if you want to see what group coaching sessions look like, it's been going across this video. Go back and watch the video again if you've missed it. It will be in the show notes, but it's going across the screen. If you'd love to take part in a free group coaching session where you can bring some things along to be worked on, or you can just listen to other people working on theirs and take some tips away, then please go to the last one-off group coaching session of the year. It's a real mastermind session where we bring together a good set of minds to help you. groupcoachingdemo.com. That would be great to have you there. But most importantly, don't make the mistakes that this very well-known brand made with me this weekend, and leave me walking away from a customer experience feeling very lackluster, very disappointed and very angry of how the end of that experience and that relationship finished. And that's unforgivable. And I really do hope that you each will look at your experience and make sure that you don't do the same. I probably have made the same mistake at some point in the past, and anybody who's listening to this that says, well, you did the same with me, I apologize. And I know what it feels like. But please, if you've got an opportunity to do something about it, don't let that be one of your customers. Don't let that be an experience that you have to go through. And as always, I'll see you on the posts throughout the week. And next week, fingers crossed, we'll be back to the usual Monday slot. Bye for now.